tonight from Pitman, New Jersey. It is the South Jersey Group 1 quarterfinal playoff matchup between the Pitman Panthers and the Pennsgrove Red Devils. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jack Hibbert, joined again by my partner, Mark Narducci, in a revved-up gymnasium here in Pitman. Mark, the crowd was around the block as we entered the gymnasium tonight. People waiting to get in. It's going to be a sellout. It should be crazy. I don't think anybody loves basketball, high school basketball, more than these Pitman Panther fans.
Jack, you'll be hard-pressed to find a group of fans that support the basketball team better than these Pitman fans. And how about all the experience they had last year when there was that magical run to the state title? The Pitman fans were following the team all around the state. Tremendous support they give. Of
course, Pitman, as Mark mentioned, the defending Group 1 champions, and a lot of folks just think that they should be right there in that championship game again. But as always in the playoffs, it is a road to the championship, Mark, and the road will have to go through Pennsgrove, a team that's played these Pitman Panthers tough here in '98.
There's no doubt about it. Of course, Pitman beat them by 7 the first time, then had to outscore them 27-10 in the last quarter to win by 13 in their second meeting. This is a very deep Pennsgrove team, and I think Steve Klein's done a great job the way he works his players in and out of the lineup, Jack. In fact, one advantage that Pennsgrove has is a lot more depth on this team.
You're right, Mark. As far as Pennsgrove is concerned, there are no individual stars. But hey, when you talk about Pitman, there certainly are. We've got a graphic we want to show the folks at home, Mark, and 2 of the top 10 scorers in South Jersey on this Panthers team.
Well, we'll start with number 1 first. Jon Crispin. He's got NBA range, tremendous spring in his legs, might be the best athlete in all South Jersey right now. Ron Myers, number 9 there, a tremendous and underrated player, sometimes plays in the shadows of Crispin. Jack, he's only 11 short of 1,000 points. He's been a consistent big game performer, had the winning basket against Gloucester Catholic the other night.
Well, you know, a lot of times in the South Jersey playoffs, you find teams that really aren't familiar with each other. But tonight is the exception. These 2 teams know each other well. Pitman has won both meetings here in '98. They've only lost 1 game on this court all season long, and they'll be hoping to keep the ball rolling towards another championship. The Pitman Panthers and the Pennsgrove Red Raiders, the opening tip-off, coming up right after this. Jersey, the home of the Pitman Panthers, as they get set for their first playoff action of '98, taking on Pennsgrove, a winner in an opening round matchup. And here we are in the quarterfinal between Pennsgrove at 15-9 and Pitman at 23-2 on the season. Sold out gymnasium here tonight, Mark. They mentioned moments ago they have locked the doors.
Either tempo. The only thing is they like to play at the fast pace. And the other thing about Pitman, people talk about Myers and they talk about Crispin. Nobody on the floor is afraid to shoot, and they'll shoot from long range, and that's what Craig Harper wants. Even though those 2 are the focal points of the offense, you have guys like Kevin Bonner, who had a couple big threes the other night against Gloucester Catholic, so anybody is ready to load up for Pitman.
Yeah, nobody else in double figures averaging. That's because this guy gets a lot of them, as he missed the 3 to start it. Crispin did, Myers with the rebound. But you're right, Mark, they will all fire. Crispin on the move nicely, great reverse layup.
Jack, that shows his great athletic ability, and we talked about the tremendous spring he has on his legs. He showed it that time.
Red Devils push the ball up quickly. Missed a shot, rebound and follow. No good by Robinson. Another one here by Nelson, but they'll say a jump ball situation, and on the possession, it goes back to Pennsgrove.
Well, sometimes Pitman's so anxious to get out on the break, the Panthers don't box out. Nelson wasn't having a body on him at all, got the easy rebound.
Nelson tried to go up again and got stripped that time. Last touch by Pitman, so the Red Devils will inbound again.
I think Keith Robinson's one of the more unsung players that you'll see in Tri-County. 2nd team all-conference, and a guy that can really turn it on.
Zeke with an outlet pass in the corner over to James.
There's a difference between wanting to have a fast tempo and forcing shots, and Pennsgrove has to be aware of that.
Good move down the lane that time by Kari Leak. And Leak, who came averaging a little more than 10, gets his first 2 tonight. Here's Myers outside shot, and that's a 3. Ron Myers now just 8 away from the 1,000 mark. Wild shot on the other end by Robinson, rebounded by Pitman. Off the glass and in for McMaster. Quickly, the Panthers up by 5, and here's a near steal by Crispin.
By the way, Jack, great entry pass by McDermott. Again, one of those guys that does a lot of things you don't see coming up in the stat sheet. Getting it in there to McMaster that time.
James will inbound.
See, Pitman gets his offense off its defense, his pressure defense. See how far it's extending this zone, Jack? Trying to trap, trying to get some turnovers.
Kick out once again to Robinson. He takes 2 steps in and hits a nice soft jumper. Keith Robinson.
After the made baskets, Pennsgrove's got to get back on defense because Pitman is very, very explosive off the make.
Crispin, little give and go. It didn't work. Off the hands of McMasters. Red Devils on a break. Kissed off the glass by Robinson. And it's now a 1-point game. Bonner controls and a foul as he comes across the half-court line. That's the first whistle of the ball game. They'll go against Tier James. His first, the team's first.
I think it's a good move. Pennsgrove not full court pressing Pitman with everybody. James was giving a little bit of pressure, but even though you want a fast pace, you don't want to do that because Pitman does a nice job of handling pressure. A 1-3-1 for Pennsgrove.
An open 3 missed by McDermott, and an easy board that time for Kevin Nelson. Leak lost the ball. Head of the pack, it's Myers.
Great hands by Myers. He's the one who originally tipped that ball away.
Myers came in leading the team in steals with 86 coming into tonight's ball game. There's another near steal as Sparks was double teamed in the corner.
The other thing is Pitman players have such quick hands. You'll see a lot of balls tipped away here tonight.
Inbound by James, stolen by Myers. Behind the back and a quick feed over to McMaster. He couldn't control. Myers nearly stole it back, but Pennsgrove has it. Down by a 9-6 score. Leak tried a little bounce pass. It looked like a little too late to Nelson that time. 2-on-3. Crispin runs through the traffic. Myers over the back. That'll be a foul. .442 to go here in the first. Pitman by 3.
Pitman defense is really forcing Pennsgrove into some bad decisions so far. And look at Myers. When they put him at the top of that press, he's close to 6'5". That's a tough guy to throw the ball over there. He's very, very effective out front there.
James with the jumper. And it's now again a 1-point ball game. James on defense against Bonner. Crispin had the defender fall down, and you're going to give him the open 3. He'll do that more times than he won't.
That time Pennsgrove switched into a man-to-man. They had Del Wright on Crispin.
But Wright fell down, Mark, and that allowed Crispin to be wide open. Talking about wide open, underneath was Jason Sparks for Pennsgrove, and he answers right back. Here's Crispin, a long 3. I mean, that was from way downtown. Mark, that was only about 6 feet beyond half court.
There isn't a shot in this court that's beyond his range.
Steal by Crispin after the big 3. His team up by 5. He'll take another one. That's off the front of the rim and rebounded by Wright. He's got a little running room, goes through traffic, gets contact, cannot get the bucket. Bonner hit him hard, but no whistle. Now the ball stolen by Wright. A 2-on-1 for Pennsgrove. Wright Can't finish it off. He used the wrong hand. He went up with the right hand. Couldn't finish it off. Pennsgrove still controls, and a shot is canned by James. Red Devils fortunate there. They're back within 3. Crispin quickly on the other end. He missed the runner. Here come the Red Devils on the run. They've got an advantage numbers-wise, 4 on 3, but they'll hold it up. Now they come back in the middle, and the shot off the glass by Robinson, and all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game.
Tierre James doing a nice job distributing, getting everybody involved. And I don't expect Pennsgrove to stay in this man too long. Crispin's getting that shot anytime he wants it.
Well, you know, Del Wright wasn't that far away, Mark, but he's not close enough to a guy like Jon Crispin.
You know why? Crispin has such an explosive first step. You've got to give him a little bit of room.
The pick by McDermott and the layup. And a timeout called by Pennsgrove. It'll be a 20. But the Pitman fans on their feet as this team can explode offensively. They're on a 5-0 run, have a 6-point lead at 20-14.
Everybody talks about this Pitman offense, but so far it's been the defense. And what Pitman's done is it has made Pennsgrove rush shots. Even the shots they're making, they're kind of forced. I think Steve Klein in this huddle wouldn't be surprised if we look at Craig Harper there, who's done an outstanding job of Pitman. Wouldn't be surprised if Steve Klein got them out of that man-to-man. They opened up in a zone, went back into it.
Mark, we talked about pace, and it almost looks at this point and juncture that the pace for Pennsgrove is a little bit too quick.
There's no doubt about it. I think teams, as much quickness as Pennsgrove have, I think if teams want to get in a transition game with Pitman, they're going to be in trouble.
Right the finger roll. He went coast to coast after the inbound.
See, they're staying in the man-to-man, but they've got to help Wright out defensively, too.
Ball tipped around, but it ends up in Bonner's hands. He'll take the 14-foot jumper, can't hit it. Great positioning by Myers for the rebound. Myers, by the way, leads this team in rebounds and then draws a foul outside the 3-point line. It goes on Marcus Smith. Crispin tries to break down Wright. Wright stuck right with him. He also slapped him on the arm.
Yeah, he pushed him away to his left that time.
Myers with the kick out. Bonner for 3. Kevin Bonner hits the team's 5th 3 here in the first quarter. And the quick shot on the other end, no good for Pennsgrove. Bonner running with it, has an opening, tried to go to the bucket and was fouled.
This isn't exactly what I was saying about this offense. Bonner, a guy coming in, averaging 7.5 a game. He's told, you got that opening, you shoot. In fact, Craig Harper takes players out of the game if they don't shoot when they have open shots.
Substitutions for Pennsgrove, Justin Lane, 6'2" junior into the ball game.
There you saw Marcus Smith showing some pretty good spring. Going up, couldn't quite get that rebound. How about Kevin Bonner at the foul line? You gotta like a kid like this. He backed up Jon Crispin last year, so he didn't get the minutes that, yeah, I mean, anyone playing behind the South Jersey Player of the Year is not gonna get minutes. Waited his turn, worked hard, and now he's become a real integral part of this team this season.
One of 2 at the line for Bonner, and a 24-16 lead, the largest of the night so far for Pitman. Air ball put up. Rebound no good. Another follow here by Smith. Good job by Marcus Smith to stick with it. We got a call underneath. Looks like it's going to go on Pitman on the inbound.
Jack, Pennsgrove came into the game shooting 26% for 3-point range. If the Red Devils think they're going to match Pitman in perimeter shooting, they're sadly mistaken. They've been taking a lot of threes so far, and not very good ones either. This is
Terrence Patrick in the ball game.
And Justin Lane making a nice basket that time for Pennsgrove. Great patience. See what happens when they show a little bit of patience instead of trying to rush the three-pointer?
And the Red Devils with the steal, finished off nicely by Leak. Seems like every time Pitman gets a little lead, Red Devils storm back. They were down by 8 moments ago. They're on a 6-0 run.
Leak is now on Crispin, the third different defender already on him.
Feed from Crispin over to McMaster, and he was hammered. He'll go to the line, and a technical foul has been called. I think the technical is on McMaster. So he'll get the free throws at the line, but then called for the tee afterwards.
Great pass that time by Crispin. McMaster's hammered, and there's a, we didn't quite see it there, maybe a little bit of extracurricular activity. And by the way, that dish by Crispin, I've often said that I think Crispin and DeJuan Wagner of Camden could lead South Jersey in assists because they draw so much attention, and they both are good passers. Jack, we'll have McMaster shoot the foul shots, and then I guess Pennsgrove on the tee.
Right. Rich Antonasti had the call, the technical call. Rich Antonasti and Bruce Campbell are officials tonight. So 1 of 2 for McMaster, and now Justin Lane will go to the line for Pennsgrove. Take the technicals, and then the Red Devils will get the ball on an inbounds.
I think if you're Pennsgrove, you have to be pretty happy with this period because there were a lot of forced shots, and Pitman was up by 8 and looked like pulling away, and the Red Devils kept their composure.
Yeah, it's only a 2-point game right now, 25-23, and the Red Devils with an opportunity here in the last 8.1 to perhaps tie this up or take a lead. Terrence Patrick will inbound right in front of us. Not much time. Patrick's acting like there is. Now he puts up a 3. That's a wild one, and it's off the glass, no good. And 1 quarter of play complete for Pitman. The hometown Panthers up by 2, 25-23. Welcome back to the quarterfinal round of the South Jersey Group 1 playoffs. Shot by Crispin missed to start things here in the second quarter, and the Red Devils with a chance again to tie or take a lead. Good first step, but Robinson wasn't able to finish off the shot. Rebound again by Myers.
Jack, Pennsgrove 0 for 5 from 3-point range in the first quarter. Pitman was 5 for 8. It's more Pitman's game to shoot from behind the arc.
Little rainbow shot put up that time by Steve Datz, the senior, off the bench and in the book. Turnover, and the Panthers on the run. Ahead for Datz, no good, and a foul. Well, you talked about the athletic ability of Crispin. Did you see his leap there for an attempted rebound, which of course he didn't get, but he was flying. How
about the pass too by Myers? Myers really showing a great floor game. I saw Joe Cassidy, the head coach at Rowan, here tonight, and I would bet that he's here to look at Myers. A very, very intriguing prospect. Guy that hasn't made a commitment yet. He's wide open.
One thing that Pitman isn't doing real well so far, Mark, is shooting free throws. Just 2 of 5 so far in the ball game. Datz will get another one here.
One of the reasons is Jon Crispin hasn't been to the line.
Yeah, he shoots 85%.
Yeah, he stepped over that time and looked like Datz did on that free throw, and they called it. Bruce Campbell right on that call.
So it remains a 4-point lead for Pitman.
Patrick with a nice skip pass. And a good driving layup by Leak, who has 6 now in the ball game.
That's why he was first team all conference. He eluded 2 different defenders. Great body control, didn't commit the charge. Here's an isolation for Crispin.
Amazing. That time the defender was there, Mark. Just a great individual move by Crispin. He comes up with a near steal on the far side.
The thing about Crispin is his release is so quick that a lot of defenders are there. That doesn't matter for them.
4 threes for Crispin now in the first half and 14 points already. Here's an attempted 3 from Robinson. Nothing there. The turnaround follow good by Sparks. Mentioned the depth of Pennsgrove. Already 10 players have been in this ball game. A long 3. That's almost the same spot as he hit one in the first half.
It's almost to the point when he's 30 feet out, you're going to have to get right on him now.
Sparks can't hit the jumper that time, and here comes Crispin again. May have carried the ball there, but got away with it. Back to Myers. Now on the weak side. Myers from way out. That's no good. Rebounded by Pitman.
Leak's certainly having his hands full with Crispin. Crispin actually trying to post him up from 3-point range just to get the ball.
Inside, they tried to get it down low into Rick Landgraf. And a pushing foul underneath.
Well, that was a great job by Landgraf getting that post position inside, and Pennsgrove had no other option but to push him off the ball. Pitman actually, I think, going to its bench more than usual this early too, because realizing the depth and the numbers that Pennsgrove's throwing in there.
Little double team help that time defensively against Crispin for Pennsgrove. He's open again though. Goes to his right, fires up another 3. 6 3-pointers for Crispin here in the first. 20 points already.
Jack, and as you mentioned, they have not been easy shots.
That'll be a foul, and I think it'll go against number 32, Jon Griffith of Pitman.
6 for 9 from 3-point range for Crispin. If you're Pennsgrove, when he gets in a zone like this, you almost have to hope for halftime, and maybe that will cool him off.
Well, in that last 3, Mark, there was defensive help there. There were 2 players coming at Crispin.
Doesn't matter. He's so athletic. He gets that shot off against anybody, Jack, in any kind of defense.
Another 3 missed by the Red Ravers, and then as Johnson crashes the board, he's caught for a foul.
I just think Pennsgrove's had success when Robinson's been able to drive in for that short pull-up jumper, or they could go to Sparks inside. When they get away from that and try going from the perimeter, it's really hurt the Red Devils. 0 for 7 now from 3-point range.
And the largest lead of the night so far for Pitman at 9, 36-27, and the Red Devils now over the limit in fouls with 7. So we'll have free throws the rest of the first half. Ron Myers at the line for Pitman right now. Myers with 6, so he's just 5 away now from the 1,000-point career mark. He came in with 989. And the largest lead of the night now in double figures, 38-27. Missing a wide open layup that time was Patrick. Pitman quickly ahead, but a nice steal by Wright. And then as Crispin tried to pick the pocket, he got called for a foul.
Well, that was a nice job by Patrick after the miss on the other end to keep following his shot and putting in the putback.
Smith inbound for the Red Raiders, down by, said Red Raiders, Red Devils down by 11, 38-29.
Again, see how they're extending the zone with Myers at the point. Very, very tough. There's a wall.
Boy, his terrific look underneath that time to Smith, but I think Smith was surprised he had the ball in his hands. Bonner back in, finds Crispin. He's guarded by Wright. Good pass underneath to Myers. Layup no good. Strong rebound in there by Myers. Pitman on the run again. Bonner coast to coast. Missed the layup. Weak side rebound and followed by McMaster. And they'll need a timeout, will Pennsgrove. Things getting out of hand for the Red Devils. 42-29, the lead by Pitman.
I think we're seeing the versatility too of Myers. He's helped the team get out on the break a lot of times. And again, Jack, when you can put a guy like that at the top of your zone, he can really create a lot of havoc, and they're really having trouble getting that ball by Myers. The other thing is, when these guys are exploding offensively, you've got to make them work a little bit on defense, and Myers and Crispin have not had to work overly hard defensively.
Well, Red Devils not getting a great shot selection. They'll take a three there, and they are 0 for the night from three-point land. And then as Smith tries to go up on a follow, he's fouled, so we'll have free throws upcoming for Marcus Smith.
I think Craig Harper's using a great tactic with the zone defense, because he knows that Pennsgrove's strength not shooting from the outside, and he keeps saying, you're going to get these shots, you're going to have to stick them before we come out of the zone.
McMaster whistled for number 2, so he'll go to the bench for now. Rick Landgraf back in for Pitman.
That's the other thing about Pennsgrove, only a 55% shooting team from the free throw line. Pitman very good from the foul line.
Hara misses, but the rebound to the Red Devils at a jump ball situation will give it back to Pennsgrove. Still a 13-point lead for Pitman. Leak by himself came up short of the shot. Here's Crispin ahead of the pack. Two-handed slam. Quick three on the other end, no good. Rebound weak side by Sparks. He puts it back, can't get it. He'll have a third opportunity. Can't fist it through, but he's fouled on the play. Shooting woes from outside that arc continue for the Red Devils.
Well, the other thing is, when you're missing those long threes, you're going to have long rebounds, and Pitman's had a lot of fast break opportunities off those missed threes. I keep saying that Pennsgrove's had some success when Sparks has been inside.
Not having success so far, however, from the line tonight, just 1 of 5.
Sparks a 59% free throw shooter. Gets 1 or 2 there.
A 14-point lead for Pitman. Full court pressure by the Red Devils, and a timeout called by Landgraf. He couldn't find anybody to get the ball to. So the clock will stop with 3:32 to go. I think it's a 20-second timeout by Pitman.
Jack, the one good thing if you're from a Pennsgrove perspective, if you're playing Pitman and the Panthers do get a little cold, they put so many shots up so quickly, you can get back in the game. The only thing is, Pitman hasn't shown a propensity to be cold here tonight.
Not so far. (44-30), the Panthers with the lead. This time they find Bonner on the inbound, and here comes Crispin. Ahead for Landgraf, tried to come back to Crispin through the lane. Now he'll find him in the corner. Crispin with 22 points here in the first half. 6 3-pointers. This is from about 40. Oh my goodness. Even Crispin was smiling there. I'm not so sure he thought when he put that up that might not have been a little out of range. But that hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Jack, if it's on the court, it's not out of his range.
Robinson with a jumper on the other end.
By the way, Pennsgrove went back to a zone that time, and now back again into a straight man-to-man. Leak again, trying his hand at Crispin. how many defenders they've sent on him. It's been about 4 tonight. Look at him back off that way.
And he got another one. 8 threes for Crispin here in the first half. 28 points. Right now, nothing going down for Pennsgrove. They missed another short rebound. Crispin has it. Will go baseline. Can't get the shot, but he's got a foul and will go to the line.
By the way, one of the reasons Pitman's been able to get up and go, Myers already with 7 rebounds and just getting that ball in the outlet. Look at the hang time he has. We talked about the spring.
Crispin to the line. He got a chance to have a 30-point half.
Nine for 14 from the field. Eight for 11 from 3-point range. Unbelievable.
That's a season for some guys, Mark. 30 points for Crispin here in the first half. Unbelievable. A 20-point lead for his team. And lots of basketball left to play. That could have been a walk, no call, followed by Sparks. And he picks up the 2. Well, I'll tell you, so far this hasn't been much of an evenly played contest, but we're seeing one of the best individual performances by far that we've seen all year long. Didn't get the roll there.
I think what's underrated is how quick Crispin is with the ball, dribbling it. He makes defenders back off, and that's how he gets the room for those long jumpers.
Short on the 3 is Robinson. Long rebound thrown out of play by Pennsgrove.
Jack, it's not like Crispin's come out of nowhere. Averaging about 18 a game for a state Group 1 championship team last year. He made a lot of big shots.
He probably would have averaged more than that, but there was another guy named Crispin that was busy firing up points. Bonner for 3, and the 3 parade continues for Pitman. That's his second tray of the night. That was a walk. No call. In fact, they're going to count the basket, aren't they, Mark?
I believe so.
James will get the 2 and go to the line. He took an extra step, but the official was shielded. And the senior Tierre James will go to the free throw line. Chance for a 3-point play, but his team down by a 55-36 count. Another long rebound, and it's run down by the Panthers. Kick out to Bonner. Here's a long 3 by Meyer. That would have put him over the 1,000 mark, but that was not even close. Leak loses the handle. Robinson gets it back. Robinson with a weak side pass to Sparks, and there's what you talked about, Mark. When they are disciplined enough to run that play, Sparks has had his way down there. Pushing foul on Robinson. Wipe out the basket. That was for show. Robinson called for the foul.
You don't want to send Crispin to the foul line, but it's something I think Robinson had to do because Crispin has just had his own way going to baseline. Bumped him off the ball a little bit.
Boy, bumped him off the ball, and then Crispin hit the shot anyway after the whistle.
I think Pitman's defense has had a lot to do with Pennsgrove taking some shots that I think are out of the Red Devils' range a little bit. I mean, when you're swarming like that and having that kind of defensive pressure, I think it's really upset the flow of the Red Devils.
A free throw miss for Crispin. And
you know why he missed? He didn't have a guy in his face, and he wasn't 30 feet out.
Yeah, exactly. Crowd almost gasped. Did you hear that? They couldn't believe it. Sparks outside the three-point line. Now they'll reset the offense. Here's James with it. Under 20 seconds to play. As you can see the time, top left-hand corner of your screen. Here's Sparks short on the three. Pitman wanted to run, but now they'll hold probably for the last shot with 10 seconds left. Here's Myers. He was blocked, and there's a foul, so he'll have a chance from the foul line to reach the milestone. A lot of folks on their feet, Mark. People have been counting in the stands. Came in needing 11. He's 2 away. Going to get 3 shots here, so he can not only reach the milestone, but shatter it if he can hit all 3. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
And you know Myers wants to do it now, so he doesn't have to bring it into halftime and worry about it.
He'll need 2 here. There's 9:99.
Although, to be honest, Jack, most players don't even know how many points they have in a game. He may not know that he's 1 away here.
Well, the crowd's helping him because they're on their feet. This will be number 1,000 if he can hit it. He does. And he knew it, Mark. He turned around and knew it right away. They did not stop the game, and taking advantage of it was the Red Devils.
And one person that's angry is Craig Harper. He is beside himself as you see Mr. Myers there, proud of his son. But Craig Harper saying to his guys, hey, there was still a game going on there.
Well, a lot of times, Mark, you'll see action stopped, but it was not, and play continued. Now they want to stop it, but they've got a free throw shooter at the line. I don't know how fair that is to Kari Leak. You can't ice a free throw shooter to celebrate somebody's 1,000. So somehow I think the planned celebration got messed up a little bit here. Crowd doesn't appreciate it, but you know, I mean, it's a playoff game. Under a second to go, Myers blocks the shot.
We have a foul, Jack. Hold it, this isn't over.
There was a foul, you're right. Myers got called for a 3-shot foul at the end of the half.
Well, Jack, we could say one thing in this first half. The only thing Pitman messed up on was the celebration for Myers. Other than that,
no question.
There haven't been too many mistakes.
Been a near perfect half. James with 2 free throws, and he has a shot for 1 more here. With no time left on the clock, he hit all 3. So a 3-point play for Pennsgrove here at the end of the half, and it's 58-43 at the break. We'll be back with halftime statistics and second half action for you right after this.
They just announced at halftime, Jack, that Myers has gotten 1,000. They presented him with the ball after a little bit of confusion with 3.8 seconds left. But as Craig Harper says, that is not an easy feat to do. And I think the fact that Myers did it on a team where you had Jon Crispin and Jon Crispin over 1,000 as well, it just shows how much skill he has. And now he's presenting the ball. He's going over to his father there. Great job by Myers.
Also gets a hug from Mom. Big accomplishment for Myers, and of course on a team when you've had the kind of scoring, Mark, that you've had on this Pitman team with these Crispin guys, it's amazing that there's another player that can have 1,000 in his career. That's a big accomplishment. Halftime lead, Pitman 58, Pennsgrove 43. We'll be back after this. Jack Hibbert, welcome back to Pitman, New Jersey, and it's been all Panthers 58-43 and all Jon Crispin. 31 points at halftime, and a big reason why they are shooting so well tonight, Mark.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, I've seen Jon Crispin a lot of times over the years. This might be the most impressive half, not only that I've seen out of Jon Crispin, but maybe that I've seen ever. I mean, when you look at and consider some of those long threes that the defense wasn't that bad, but I mean, he had enough time to shoot, and that's all he needs. 10 for 16 from the field, 8 for 11 from three-point range, 31 points.
Yeah, you talk about an individual performance. You and I were kind of just wondering what the record might be for threes and a half. It's got to be close. I mean, to have 8 threes, I certainly don't ever recall broadcasting a game where we've seen somebody do that. He's been amazing with 31 points. And of course, the team, Mark, when you shoot 63% from the floor, 60% from the foul line, it's 69% from three-point land. I mean, that's called hot.
Well, we said Pennsgrove has to hope that the 10-minute halftime break kind of cooled Pitman down.
Mark, big thing for Pennsgrove on that stat page that we saw moments ago, 0 for 10 from the three-point line.
It's just not in Pennsgrove's arsenal to be a good three-point shooting team.
Crispin picks right up where he left off.
Jack, we said when Pennsgrove's a 26% shooting three-point team coming in, this is what they have to do. Try to kick it inside there.
Turnaround is no good. Rebounded nicely that time by number 45, Kevin Nelson. And Nelson put it back through for his first points of the night.
One thing Pennsgrove has shown is an ability to get offensive rebounds and make the putbacks here tonight.
They've got a little bit of a height advantage on Pitman, but I think better than that, they've had good position. Crispin well guarded that time, and he still nearly got the roll. I mean, the defender right on him. Through traffic and through the bucket. Keith Robinson now in double figures with 10.
Keith Robinson uses the glass as well as anybody you'll see in South Jersey.
Foul is whistled on number 23, Kareem Leak.
And what's ironic is Leak has spent a lot of time hounding Crispin. That time, that foul was off the ball, and Crispin wasn't in the vicinity of Steve Klein trying to direct things for the Red Devils. As we said, the way these two teams can go up and down the court, 14 points is not an insurmountable lead at all.
No, and Pitman in the second quarter had a 20-point lead. Meyer, short jumper is good. He now has 13 and 1,002 in the career, and another steal and another bucket. Here's Leak coast to coast. He's shown some offensive explosion tonight now with 10. Little reach in on Leak. Here as
actually, Tierra James got him before that on that reach in, Jack, so they'll pull the foul on him.
And on James, that's number 3. Myers gets the ball in the backcourt, will give way to Bonner. Dermott back to Myers. They've been showing some patience here. Crispin wide open for a moment. Now will slide his way through and kiss it off the glass. 36 in the ball game for Jon Crispin.
That's what happens when you play them too close. They'll just blow by you.
Another 3 missed by Pennsgrove. 2-on-2 for the Panthers. Crispin was the trailer, but couldn't handle the pass from McDermott, which was low. Offensive foul called on Robinson.
The one thing I like about Robinson is he has been able to penetrate tonight, pull up for that short jumper, and look at Myers taking the charge, had great position that time. This is a typical Myers game. When Crispin has exploded like this, Myers has just had a quiet 15, and he goes over 1,000. He's had a lot of games like this for Pitman.
Well, Crispin has shot well from the outside. He's shown the last 2 times he can drive with the ball too. Quick answer by Johnson for Pennsgrove. I said Johnson, it's Robinson with a bucket. Crispin got the defender in the air. Little floater doesn't go. Myers can't get the rebound. Board cleared nicely by Sparks. Pennsgrove on a break. Robinson a little too hard off the glass, and that ball was rebounded in there by McMaster. Nice dish ahead. Crispin's tip doesn't go. Comes Leak again, and he's fouled from behind. Looks like McDermott will be caught for reaching in.
Pitman showing a little sign of fatigue, and I guess that's understandable. Look at this, they put up 69 points on the board, and there's still 4:52 left here in the third quarter. And we could still very well see triple figures.
Myers goes to the bench with his third foul.
I think Myers is such an integral part of this team. If you're Pennsgrove, now's the time you really want to make your run with him on the bench.
Oh, he's the team's leading rebounder. Here's Crispin. Nearly lost the handle as he looked behind him.
Actually, if he would have gone straight ahead, I thought Crispin had a clear path to the basket.
Yeah, he did. He looked behind for the defender and lost the handle on it, and then they turn it over in the offensive end.
For as up-tempo as Pitman plays, as many points has scored, only 8 turnovers to this point.
Sparks again there on the offensive glass. He has 11. And it's a 69-53 game. Bonner can't get the layup. Here comes Leak running with the basketball, runs into his own man that time.
Pitman might want to call a timeout just to give the legs a little bit of a rest right now. Panthers look just a shade tired.
Jumper by Smith is good. And the crowd getting a little restless here, but Pitman still with a 14-point lead. Crispin lost the defender, will fire up a 2. He had his foot on the line. But as most of his shots are, that didn't do anything but rip the cords. Quickly on the other end, it's Leak coast to coast. Crispin this time from downtown, around the rim and out. Saved by Pitman momentarily. But the Red Devils get it back. Smith now will slow the pace a little bit. And a few times we've seen the Red Devils run from a set offense. Smith baseline.
And great job that time by Kevin Nelson, setting that pick on the baseline and setting him free.
And Craig Harper wants a timeout. He's even taken his jacket off. 3 minutes left to go here in the third. Still 71-59. But Pennsgrove, Mark, starting to put a little dent into that, what was once a very big lead.
Do you think there's any accident in the fact that Pennsgrove's starting to move up when Myers is on the bench?
They beat you down the floor. Number 2, they go to baseline. Number 2, 3, they penetrate. What are you? Are we coaching marshmallows here? You need to get tougher. They're going to steal a game. I put you in the best defense you can be in so that they won't penetrate. And what do? You just let them go through. You think you won the game already. You didn't. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make changes, 5 of them. You got 1 minute to play defense. Are you tired? Yes? Dads, get in the game. Okay.
You'd think that Craig Harper was on the short end of this score, but you know there has been a little shift in momentum. And Mark, something that that you picked up on. I mean, he asked if one of his players was tired there, and it was true, he was.
You keep playing this style, this pace, you're going to get tired.
So Dat's back in the ball game. Frank Redrow also in.
Well, let's see how this next minute goes, because Craig Harper talked about that. Guys are now playing for playing time.
I'll bet you I know one guy on the court that's not.
Yeah.
I don't care how the next minute goes. I don't think you're going to see Craig Harper take Crispin out of the ball game.
He could miss 8 shots in the next minute and it wouldn't matter.
Oh my goodness. Mark, that was another plus 25-footer that not only went down, but went up, around, hit the rim, and jammed back down through like it had a magnet on it. It's his 10th 3 of the night. Incredible.
Jack, do you know what kind of shape you have to be in just to hoist that many threes, let alone make them? I mean, he's just an incredible athlete. You know, he had to cut short his football career with the concussions all the time, but I don't think there'll be any shortage of takers in basketball for Jon Crispin.
Outside jumper good for Terrence Patrick, his first points of the night. And the lead at 13. Here's Crispin down the lane, missed the slam, but he's fouled.
Jack, the other problem is a lot of the teams that have had, the few teams that have had a little success with him, there you see again his great explosion at Crispin, have always run a second defender at him. We have not seen that tonight. Pennsgrove's basically chosen to play him man-to-man. There hasn't been a whole lot of weak side help there either, and he's just been eating it up.
3 of 4 from the line tonight is Crispin, and he'll have a couple here.
43 points. He had 46 earlier this year against Highland.
One of 2. And Pennsgrove on the run. Crispin nearly came up with a steal. Quick inside give, a little dance, but no bucket. Nice offensive rebound and put back by Justin Lane.
I like what Lane has done, coming in and doing a nice job on the boards. Again, they're in that 12-point cushion.
Crispin can't get the shot. Rebounded that time by Johnson. And there's a trip. Wright had an open layup. Would have cut the lead to 10. He got fouled and will go to the line.
Yeah, Steve that's actually a pretty good foul that time. As you mentioned, Del Wright was heading toward the basket.
Sense a little bit of a momentum change here, Mark, and maybe some more confidence all of a sudden from Pennsgrove. Right at the line. Missed badly on the first attempt.
I think the fact that Pennsgrove's still hanging around there says something, because with the kind of shooting display Crispin's put on, it could really intimidate a team.
Offensive rebound off the free throw miss by Wright. 3 is an air ball by Wright. So that's not a real good trip for Dell.
Pennsgrove's going to look back on this game at not only the three-pointers, but the foul shooting, and realize it could have been a lot closer.
And Greff with a basketball. Griffith now the skip pass to Datson. His rainbow goes down. Steve Datz with his second field goal and a big one. On the other end, again, it's Wright running and Wright being fouled.
I like this aggressive attitude by Pennsgrove, trying to take the ball to the basket. The Red Devils have only shot 2 threes in this quarter. There's Wright, and getting way by Datz. Datz could do nothing but to bump him there. You know what's amazing? Pennsgrove's made a little run, and the Red Devils are still down 14.
They had a long way to come back. Quick inside feed, but coming up short on the shot that time was Johnson. And then a foul in the backcourt. Tough break for the Red Devils there, Mark, because they had Johnson wide open underneath the basket, and when he turned around, he just came up a little shy.
He didn't realize that he was that far under that time, really wasn't aware of his position. I don't know if Pitman could hold it for 36 seconds, but if so, I would do it here. Myers on the bench.
Well, this will be the test if this guy can hold it for longer than that time. He won't. Crispin's turnaround, no good. Red Devils on the run. They've got a 3-on-1 break, and the layup good by Terrence Patrick. Lead at 12, 10 seconds to go. They'll get it into Crispin's hands. Tried to work off a pick, ran by 2 defenders, fires up a 3 at the end of the quarter. Oh my, 11 threes for Crispin. What a night. Pitman 80, Pennsgrove 65. We'll be back with a final 8 right after this. Fourth quarter action, a three missed, and then a foul on the rebound attempt. I'm Jack Hibbert along with Mark Narducci. Mark, you know, we've already seen one milestone here tonight. We may see another. I mean, right now, Jon Crispin knocking on the door of a record that is held by his brother Joe, a single game record of 56 points. Crispin right now has 47, and we'll get a chance to get some more at the line here.
The amazing thing to me is he's 11 for 16 from three-point range.
Pretty good from the line tonight, although he hasn't had a whole lot of time there. 5 of 7, an 85% shooter coming in. And now 49 points in the ball game. 82-65 after the lead had been down to 12. Pitman back out on top. Here's another three. And you believe that Pennsgrove still has not hit a three. There's another two by Crispin. Foul on the floor against Leak, and since he was not in the act of shooting, they'll bring it in from out of play. Second foul whistled on John Griffith. Myers with a steal, but he saved it back into Sparks' hands. He got the shot and drew a foul.
Sparks with 13 points now, and again has shown great body control going inside. In the beginning of the game, you saw Sparks taking a couple shots that really weren't part of his repertoire. He's really settled down, gone down near the blocks, and been effective.
Can't convert on the three-point play, so the lead remains 84-67. Crispin down the lane, will draw contact and go to the line.
Again, we talked about no weak side help. Where is it? Crispin has shown he can get by one guy, and I think if you look at this in retrospect, that maybe sending another one at him wouldn't have done anything the way he was hitting tonight. I think it's shown that just one-on-one, this is going to be tough. And I'll tell you, Jack, it really shows what a great job Matt DeMarco of Gloucester Catholic did the other night. I thought he defends Crispin as well as anybody I've ever seen. He shot 5 for 19, and DeMarco made him work very hard for all those shots. A very underrated player, DeMarco.
Myers for three. I think he got fouled after the shot. No call. And the Red Devils on the run. 3-on-3. Leak can't get the shot. Follow no good by Nelson. He'll get another whack at it, but there's a foul whistled on Myers, and that'll be his fourth.
And I continue to be impressed with how Kevin Nelson is crashing the boards here for Pennsgrove. It's given the Red Devils a lot of second opportunities. There's the hack. Myers doesn't believe it, but it was a good ball.
Yeah, you could see on the rebound, he came across the arms as well as getting the ball, and he got the ball. But there was some contact there too. Nelson's first trip to the line tonight. It's been tough going for the Red Devils at the free throw line this evening. Except for those 3 in a row that James hit at the end of the first half. It's been quite a drought.
Jack, I have him 5 for 15 unofficially.
1 of 2 for Nelson. And the lead at 13. Crispin went behind his back and got the ball stolen. Here comes Leak. Gives up on the weak side. A little bit too far away that time. Leak's follow no good. And Pitman on the run again. Crispin ahead of the back. Right to the bucket. And good.
The other thing,
4 points now for Jon Crispin.
you see how well he hangs in the air in addition to his explosion and all his other skills?
Bounce pass to Crispin, and that's an opportunity there where Red Row had an open layup and gave it up to Crispin, who couldn't convert. The first three of the night by the Pennsgrove team, hit by Robinson. 16-point lead, 87-71. McDermott has it. Here's Crispin. This will break it off the front of the rim. That would have broken the record.
They move Sparks now to Crispin.
Robinson fired up another three. Leaks follow off the long rebound is good.
Jack, by my count, there have been at least 5 different defenders on him tonight.
Here's a three that'll do it, and he does. He breaks the record. 57 points. A new record here at Pitman for points in a single game. It was held by Jon Crispin. And the younger brother gets the best of it. Timeout on the floor. 5 minutes left. Pitman 90. Pennsgrove 73.
We gotta win. Now, what do we do with every possession? 2 things. Take time and score. Take time and score. Now I'm serious. Fast break basketball is over now. We're going to score every possession. Okay? Every
school record, 57 points.
And Mark Crispin has played every minute of this ball game. Can't convert on the three-point play. So the lead remains 84-67. Crispin down the lane, will draw contact and go to the line.
Again, we talked about no weak side help. Where is it? Crispin has shown he can get by one guy, and I think if you look at this in retrospect, that maybe sending another one at him wouldn't have done anything the way he was hitting tonight. I think it's shown that just one-on-one, this is going to be tough. And I'll tell you, Jack, it really shows what a great job Matt DeMarco of Gloucester Catholic did the other night. I thought he defends Crispin as well as anybody I've ever seen. He shot 5 for 19, and DeMarco made him work very hard for all those shots. Very underrated player, DeMarco.
Myers for three. I think he got fouled after the shot. No call. And the Red Devils on the run. 3-on-3. Leak. Can't get the shot. Follow. No good by Nelson. He'll get another whack at it, but there's a foul whistled on Myers, and that'll be his 4th.
And I continue to be impressed with how Kevin Nelson is crashing the boards here for Pennsgrove. He's given the Red Devils a lot of second opportunities. There's the hack. Myers doesn't believe it, but it was a good call.
Yeah, you could see on the rebound, he came across the arms as well as getting the ball, and he got the ball. But there was some contact there too. Nelson's first trip to the line tonight. It's been tough going for the Red Devils at the free throw line this evening. Except for those 3 in a row that James hit at the end of the first half. It's been quite a drought.
Jack, I have him 5 for 15 unofficially.
1 of 2 for Nelson. And the lead at 13. Crispin went behind his back and got the ball stolen. Here comes Leak. Gives up on the weak side. A little bit too far away that time. Leak's follow no good. And Pitman on the run again. Crispin ahead of the pack. Right to the bucket. And good.
The other thing,
4 points now for Jon Crispin.
you see how well he hangs in the air in addition to his explosion and all his other skills?
Bounce pass to Crispin, and that's an opportunity there where Red Row had an open layup and gave it up to Crispin, who couldn't convert. The first three of the night by the Pennsgrove team, hit by Robinson. 16-point lead, 87-71. McDermott has it. Here's Crispin. This will break it off the front of the rim. That would have broken the record.
They move Sparks now to Crispin.
Robinson fired up another three. Leaks follow off the long rebound is good.
Jack, by my count, there have been at least 5 different defenders on him tonight.
Here's a three that'll do it, and he does. He breaks the record. 57 points. A new record here at Pitman for points in a single game. It was held by Jon Crispin. And the younger brother gets the best of it. Timeout on the floor. 5 minutes left. Pitman 90. Pennsgrove 73.
We gotta win. Now, what do we do with every possession? 2 things. Take time and score. Take time and score. Now I'm serious. Fast break basketball is over now. We're going to score every possession.
Pass by Jon Crispin, his private school record, 57 points.
And Mark, Crispin has played every minute of this ball game, and I thought on the last trip down, he almost signaled to some of his teammates, like, go ahead and run the play, I'm gassed. They gave him the ball, and he figured, oh, well, I'll fire a three, and he does nothing but drain it for the school record.
Jack, I remember seeing Milt Wagner score 51 points on DeMatha when he hit 16 for 30 shots and 20 for 21 from the free throw line. That was one of the better individual performances I'd ever seen back in 1980. This one obviously ranks right up with the best.
Air ball shot up on the missed three by Robinson. And Pitman now will slow the pace. You heard Craig Harper in the last timeout talk about that. Fast break basketball is over, he said. Let's take some time and score on every possession. I don't really take a lot of time there, but Bonner had a wide open three. He just missed it. Robinson off the glass. Bank shot doesn't go. Smith can't get the rebound. And here comes Crispin, who will walk it up with 4:20 left to go.
He thought about it, Jack. He was about 35 out.
Yes, he did. He'll take it from here. That one's off. And you're right, after 57 points, your arms have to be tired, don't they, Mark?
Mine would. Then again, 57 points would mean a season for me.
I was going to say a career, but if you say a season, that's fine.
Thanks for being so kind.
Nelson with the bucket. Crispin sealed off by Nelson defensively at the baseline. And Pitman spreads the floor a little bit. 15-point lead, and got a whistle as a foul is committed against Bonner.
Well, Jack, waiting in the wings will be Bordentown or Burlington Township. Burlington Township, a nice job this year by Coach Jay Flanagan, but the Falcons hadn't played as well down the stretch. Bordentown has some pretty good size. You just wonder how they're going to match up with Crispin. Then again, you could say that about any opponent.
I was going to say, who does?
Well, it's interesting. If they get to the finals and play Burlington, I would be interested to see if Brian Warwick puts his best player, Kyle Williams, who's an outstanding defender. He's lanky, he's 6'5", and sees if he puts him on Crispin. That would be an interesting matchup.
Well, a lot of folks think that may be the matchup, but we've still, as we said, got plenty of basketball to go. There's a foul in the backcourt against Smith.
Another team that might have something to say about it is Paulsboro. Remember, Paulsboro was leading Burlington by 6 with 31 seconds to go before losing 87-85. Mike Ritchie's done a great job with that team, Colonial Conference champs this season. You know, people think Group 1 small school. This is a very, very deep group.
Bonner hits 2 at the line quietly, and I guess everybody's been pretty quiet compared to Crispin. He's in double figures. Another 3 missed. Good individual follow, though, that time by Patrick, who stayed with his shot and got the offensive board and bucket.
Look at that crossover.
Kick out at the foul line. Jumper's no good. Rebounded in there by Robinson. Tipped away from behind by McDermott. Crispin ahead of the pack. And a little showtime. Lee can't hit it in transition. How about some more show? And a foul from behind, and he hit the bucket anyway.
You know what, Jack? Yeah, that could have been an intentional foul, obviously. And the other thing is, I'd get him out of the game, because if someone's going to do that, I mean, you could ruin a guy's career.
He really let up on him, Mark,
Yeah.
but you're right. He shouldn't have touched him at all. He was so far behind the play. And Patrick, you know, I think the reason it wasn't intentional, as you saw in the replay, he really didn't go at it with malice, but I'm with you. A guy in the air that high, you shouldn't touch him. You cut the legs out from him, and you could really end a career.
I would think about, with 61 for the night, maybe sitting him down after these free throws. The amazing thing about Crispin is every team sends people at him. Every team, and he's got to be prepared for this game in and game out.
Mark, I've got to ask you, you of course cover basketball in South Jersey for the Inquirer, have for a number of years, and we've been together on a lot of broadcasts. I know you and I have never seen an individual performance like we've seen from Jon Crispin tonight, but you know, I've got to ask you, when's the last time you saw somebody score over 60 points?
This is it.
Yeah.
I don't go to many 60-point games, Jack.
I think what I'm trying to say is, for the folks at home who have watched this guy tonight, this may be a once in a lifetime sort of viewing pleasure.
Except for Crispin until next game, because he's just got that ability to just explode.
12 three-point shots for Crispin tonight. And as Mark mentioned, 61 points. And a chance at some more.
And he's 12 for 19, too.
Three-point play, and that's going to do it.
I think a great
62 points for Jon Crispin, and one of the most amazing performances you'll ever see. 98-79, the 19-point lead by Pitman with 2:20 left. Pitman now really in a stall. They lose the ball. Robinson picks it up. Jumper up around the rim, no good. Rebounded in there by Myers. He loses the ball, and Leak puts it back through. Under 2 to play, 1:55 to go in the ball game. And in the backcourt, Datz is fouled hard. Pennsgrove has long been in the double bonus, so 2 shots on all of these free throws. That'll be the 5th foul, by the way, on Marcus Smith, so he's the first player to foul out of the ball game.
Jack, according to my unofficial calculations, which I always say are unofficial, Crispin shot 21 for 35 from the line, or from the field, 8 for 11 from the line, and 12 for 19 for three-point play. That adds up to 62. Is that what you have him?
Just another night's work, yeah, 62 points.
And by the way, what a job his brother's done at Penn State this year. Joe Crispin coming in with Danny Earl getting hurt and taking that point guard job.
Sparks had his hands on the rebound. Now he comes back down with it. Follows no good. Rebound by Myers. He's on the run. And he loses the ball. Sparks has it and will wait for the rest of his team. Now he breaks down Bonner. Gives the ball up. Shot is short over there by James. And Pitman will walk it up with 1:15 left.
The other thing is 99 points and Pitman has only 9 turnovers. That is really taking care of the ball, isn't it?
Quick look underneath. Layup missed by Dats. And of course the crowd, every crowd in the world wants to see that 100 up on the board. Still time for Pitman with under a minute to go. Bonner, quick look underneath. That's with another chance, and this time he hits it. 101-81, 20-point lead for the Panthers. Leak quickly answers back. He's had a 20-point night tonight as Kareem Leak. And on most basketball evenings, that'd be a pretty good effort. Everything pales in comparison to the 62 put up by Crispin.
Well, if you're Pennsgrove, you have to say this. It took a 62-point effort and a great effort to oust you from the tournament by Crispin. And how about Myers? He's going out of the game now. And we said he's been overshadowed a lot in his career. He gets the 1,000 tonight. 15 for the game, 9 rebounds. Just a typical Myers game. So effective. By the way, do you think if Crispin ever had to send out a recruiting tape, he could use this one? I mean, not that he'll have to send any out. There'll be a few people coming to him.
That's with one more. He's got a free throw shot that brings rain. Another long miss for Pennsgrove. Loose ball. Try to get it ahead, cannot do it. And the shot by James falls through. Foul in the backcourt with 10 seconds left. And we'll have more free throws.
Jack, unofficially, Pennsgrove 1 for 19 from three-point range.
That
kind of tells the story.
That coupled with a very difficult shooting night at the foul line has really, as you mentioned, about halfway through this game, may really turn out to be the deciding factor. I mean, look at it this way, Mark. You got a guy that poured in 62 points, and you still weren't really blown out.
That's what I'm saying, and I think this was a very good season for Pennsgrove. Steve Klein his team won 15 games this season, scared some of the contenders in the Trico, and I think an outstanding season. A lot coming back next year. There's a team I think that might be able to contend.
Alley-oop play at the end for Sparks doesn't go. He'll get another chance if he wants it. Tried to jam it for a little showtime, and the buzzer sounds here at Pitman. The Panthers take the first step in defense of their South Jersey, or of their state title, their Group 1 title, and they do it with impressive fashion on a great night by Jon Crispin, who finishes with 62 points. The final score, Pitman 104, Pennsgrove 85. We'll be back to wrap things up from Pitman in just a moment. Panthers finish off Pennsgrove by a final of 104-85, the first step in their defense of the state Group 1 title. And the story was definitely Pitman, but the bigger story here tonight was a great individual effort from Jon Crispin, who has the new single game record here at Pitman with 62 points. Out on the floor with Jon is Mark Narducci. Mark.
All right, thank you very much, Jack. I didn't want to touch him because I might burn my hand. He's that hot. But Jon, first of all, you've had some big games before, and have you ever had anything close to something like this?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe shooting around on the side out here sometime with no defense on me, but I don't think I've ever been like this. It's like in the zone, and you just want the ball. Anytime it comes up court, I want the ball. I'm feeling like that at least.
We were saying you must have thought you could make them from the parking lot tonight, the way they were dropping in.
That's my feeling. If I'm hitting, then I'm hitting from anywhere, and no matter where I shoot, it's going in. And until I start missing, that's when I stop shooting. But apparently, I didn't have to stop shooting this night. So.
Jon, you're 21 from 35 from the field. Now, first of all, to take 35 shots, that's pretty tiring. Tell me the truth. You tired at all?
I don't think, as long as they're going in, I won't be tired because I know I just want to score more. But maybe later tonight when I'm like, just drop that on my bed, I'll find out. But as long as if I'm not making them, then I'll be tired. So, you know.
Now, they're going to have to take one of those banners down. Take your brother's name down, put yours up. I'm sure you're going to call him tonight at State College and kind of tell him.
Chicago now. He's in Chicago now for the Big Ten tournament. He said he's going to call after this game just to make sure we won. But I always told him I wanted to get 156. I wanted to get 56 too, so both names could be on the banner. But sorry, Joe, if you're watching.
Hey, Jon, you don't sound too sorry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, talk a little bit about Group 1 now. We're getting in this. First win in defending your state championship. I think this is a great Group 1 field this year, and not that it wasn't in the past. I just think it's a deeper field this year.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, we don't really know the other teams too well. We know Burlington City and Bordentown can play, probably Burlington Township too. But City is the one team we want to get there because we got to win another game to get there. But it's going to be a tough game. I know that for a fact. And I mean, I don't know about the northern teams. They're always good, but I think if we get by City, that's the best team we're going to see all year. And if we get by them, we're repeating. Won't let that not happen.
Jon, you had a couple teams the last couple games try to slow it up on you. You had 44 points the team did against Gloucester Catholic. But do you think that might help you as you come to the tournament? Because you might see some of those games down the line.
Yeah, because at first Delsey did it, and we didn't know how to win against it. Then Woodstown did it, and we started to pick up a little bit. Then Gloucester Catholic did it and said, all right, if the score is 44-42 and we win, that's fine, but that's how they play. So we weren't really too worried about it. I think more teams that watch us now are going to say, all right, we better slow it up. And if they do, I think we know how to play with it now, so it's fine.
Hey, Jon, last year was so exciting going through the whole thing with the Group 1 state championship. But now, a year later, how much do you think that experience is going to help you and the team, having gone through that and all that pressure cooker?
I think Joe's experience is going to help me more. See, I wasn't the leader last year. I was just somebody jumping on the bandwagon, and if I get an open shot, I'd take it. Every now and then, I'll do something stupid, and he'll yell at me. It's kind of like his team, and he's out there to do whatever he wants because he's going to bring home victory for us. And I think just by talking to him, that helps me a lot because he knows what it takes is in like, all right, you take the game on your shoulders. You say, we lose, it's my fault. We win, it's going to be my fault. And that's one thing he's always told me. I think that's going to help me the most. Joe's being there is going to help.
Well, Jon, congratulations. Just a sizzling effort. Jon Crispin, Jack, we keep thinking we've seen it all, and then we see an effort like this.
Well, what a way to start our own March Madness here on Garden State Cable TV. A terrific individual effort and a great team effort by Pitman as they take a step closer to another state championship. By the way, they'll be moving on to face the winner of Burlington Township and Bordentown. Well, the final score once again here, 104-85. The story again, Crispin, he leads obviously all scorers with 62 points. Also in double figures tonight for Pitman. Myers, who hit a big milestone, that got overshadowed a little bit. He hit his 1,000th career point, finished with 15 tonight, 12 for Kevin Bonner. In a losing cause for Pennsgrove, 20-point effort from Corey Leak, 15 by Keith Robinson, 13 by Jason Sparks, and 11 by James. All those players in double figures. Don't forget, coming up here on Garden State Cable TV, more postseason action, and we'll be presenting both basketball and wrestling. You see the Region 7 consolation and finals coming your way. There are the air dates. Our next basketball contest will be coming to you from top-seeded Bishop Eustis. It'll be a girls contest. We're looking forward to that great rivalry. Camden Catholic will take on Bishop Eustis, so keep checking your local listings for the airing times of these games. And of course, we're looking forward to some more action after we get by that girls game. We'll be taking a look at final action next week as March Madness continues here on Garden State Cable TV. What a way to begin. Jon Crispin with 62, Pitman with the win, 104-85. For Mark Narducci, the entire Garden State Cable TV crew, I'm Jack Hibbard. So long, everybody.